New balls, please. At Dunlop, we've been making tennis balls for over 100 years. Balls played at more tournaments globally than any other brand. Officially endorsed by the ATP Tour. Performance runs through our DNA. Dunlop, the #1 ball on tour.
I've always loved the game of tennis.
Everyone's a big family here.
It's about camaraderie because it's family.
I consider my tennis family part of my overall family.
That's what I like about it most, the friendships you develop.
I look so forward to coming to these events and seeing my friends that I've made through the years.
If you love the game, give back to the game.
You become the calm in the storm.
You can decide how much you want to work and how much you don't want to work.
You never stop learning.
Every time I work an event, I always learn something.
It takes time, it takes experience.
Find your niche. We need you, and I think you will find it very rewarding.
Get out there, start trying to do it, and see if you like it.
New balls, please. At Dunlop, we've been making tennis balls for over 100 years. Balls played at more tournaments globally than any other brand. Officially endorsed by the ATP Tour. Performance runs through our DNA. Dunlop, the #1 ball on tour.
I've always loved the game of tennis.
Everyone's a big family here.
It's about camaraderie because it's family.
I consider my tennis family part of my overall family.
That's what I like about it most, the friendships you develop.
I look so forward to coming to these events and seeing my friends that I've made through the years.
If you love the game, give back to the game.
You become the calm in the storm.
You can decide how much you want to work and how much you don't want to work.
You never stop learning.
Every time I work an event, I always learn something.
It takes time, it takes experience.
Find your niche. We need you, and I think you will find it very rewarding.
Get out there, start trying to do it, and see if you like it.
New balls, please. At Dunlop, we've been making tennis balls for over 100 years. Balls played at more tournaments globally than any other brand. Officially endorsed by the ATP Tour. Performance runs through our DNA. Dunlop, the #1 ball on tour.
I've always loved the game of tennis.
Everyone's a big family here.
It's about camaraderie because it's family.
I consider my tennis family part of my overall family.
That's what I like about it most. The friendships you develop.
I look so forward to coming to these events and seeing my friends that I've made through the years.
If you love the game, give back to the game.
You become the calm in the storm.
You can decide how much you want to work and how much you don't want to work.
You never stop learning.
Every time
Welcome back, college tennis. A new year and a new look to the fall season. A clean slate for student athletes to write their names into the history book. Rising stars and known veterans all swing towards the goal of perfection. Their chance at greatness begins now. Where legends are made, where champions are crowned, it's the ITA All-American Championships. Tulsa and Cary await. College tennis fans, we'll see you soon.
Welcome in, everybody. Chris Halioris with you here. Starting the morning off in Cary, North Carolina, the women's version of the 2024 ITA All-American Championships. Our featured match today, Kajuru from Oklahoma State, Ashton Bowers, freshman from the University of Texas. We'll be covering a featured match of the day for both the men and women here on this stream. If you're looking for more broad coverage of all courts, you can catch Alex Gruskin on the cross-court cast on our sister YouTube channels here, whether you're watching through ITA, Cracked Rackets. Glad to have you with us. They've just started warm-ups, a little delayed drying the courts this morning. In fact, they just had the blower out here behind Kajuru as they were starting the warm-up, finishing up the drying process. But we should be getting going here in a few minutes. Some big changes to talk about this year. Qualifications for the NCAA individual tournament, singles and doubles. First year ever. Now, that's going to happen in the fall. It'll be at Baylor in November. And hence, with the fall individuals, the ranking is not any of the criteria to get into that tournament this year. So this All-American's an even bigger step or piece than usual, as it is one of the 4 ways in which you get into the individual tournament. We can talk through that as the women finish their warm-ups here. The path, as I mentioned, 4 levels. We'll pop that up here for you. You can see the All-Americans in the top left. 10 singles qualifiers, 4 doubles qualifiers for individuals. The 10 singles, you ask, not maybe a round number. How did they do that? It's going to be the 8 quarterfinalists in the main draw here and the 2 finalists in the consolation draw. So those 10 singles players will qualify for the NCAA championships. Then everybody goes to the regionals. There are 13 regions. So the 2 finalists from each of the 13 regions in singles will make up another 26 qualifiers. So you got to make your finals. If you don't make it there are 4 singles qualifiers from the ITA Conference Masters. That'll be a tough one, as it's one player nominated from each conference, singles and doubles. So if you're not the top player in your conference, you're not playing in that one. So that'll be a very limited. And then finally, the last chance, if you didn't make it through regionals and you're not eligible to play sectionals, if you did, but if you did not make it to NCAAs through the regionals, you can play your section. There are 6 sections. So the 4 semifinalists from each section of sectionals, of the 6 sections, will qualify, making up your final 24 singles players. So that is your full draw. No wild cards, no ranking entries. So again, one of these 4 tournaments is the only way to get yourself into individuals this year. Come back, and it looks like we're finishing warm-ups here. Far side, Ashton Bowers for Texas. Incoming freshman. She made it through qualifying here. A stacked freshman class for Texas. We'll talk about that a little more in a bit, but a couple of the Texas freshmen coming through qualifying, making the main draw here. Bowers, already a top 700 WTA ranking. I think she was in the top 50 in the juniors rankings. Pro doubles title at least to her name. I think maybe some semifinals and singles, and we'll start with Kajuru to serve here. Kajuru on the flip side for Oklahoma State. Her 4th year now. She played her first 2 years at Iowa State under Coach Boomer Saya before that team sort of went their separate ways when Saya did as well. But Kajuru just, frankly, doesn't lose much. She was 14-7 as a freshman at Oklahoma State, 17-3 as a sophomore. Moved over to Oklahoma State last year, played in the 2 spot behind teammate Naz Kamar, also in this event. She went 20-3 last year. Also an excellent doubles player. She and Naz team up together at the 1 doubles spot for the Cowgirls. And that's a quick hold at love for Kajuru. Again, action getting underway here and in Tulsa now. If you want the cross-court catch, you catch Alex Gruskin. He's covering both the men and the women, whichever matches are at interesting points in the match. Multiple screens on your show. Here we'll stick with the featured match of the day. If we get any big breaks, we might jump a little bit, but we're going to stick on our featured match, Kajuru and Bowers. So we see Bowers headed over to the near side now to serve. Originally, Ashton had committed to Auburn. And then the departure of the coaching staff at Auburn, she decommitted. Elected to join Texas. Texas had already had the #1 recruiting class in the nation prior to Bowers coming. And then they add Bowers. And it is a ridiculously good freshman class for the Longhorns. Something we won't see here at Cary that's new this year that we might get to see in the broadcast later today, court pending, is the new piloting of the electronic line calling that folks have been clamoring for in college tennis. That's not being at this point finish. It's a good, much needed start to the service game for Bowers here. A grind of a match for her yesterday to make it into this main draw. She dropped the first set and then had to win 2 7-6 tie breaks to qualify for the main draw. Ball wide, and the returner's yet to win a point in this match. Mentioned that electronic line calling. It's not being piloted here in Cary. It is in Tulsa and on 4 courts. So with any luck, at some point, we'll get to see that electronic line calling. Players still make the calls, but if a player calls a ball out and it is indeed in, that electronic line calling system will immediately say so. So that to helpfully curb some of the more questionable calls people are accustomed to. The other thing this year we should talk about is the reduction in the number of overrules before penalty. You used to get 2 and then penalized on the 3rd. You now get 1 and penalized on the 2nd. Some of the coaches I've talked to have said that's already made a big difference. There's a good hold for Bowers. Talked about people getting their first overrule, kind of being used to playing it the way they had. They get their first overrule in the 2nd or 3rd game, and then they're afraid for the entire rest of the match to call anything out because it's a point penalty for the next one. So we'll see how that plays out. As Bowers holds here for 1-all. Some logistics down here. You see at the bottom, we've got some rotating scores. You'll be able to see some scores from both the men in Tulsa and the women here in Cary from current matches. It's a great pass from Bowers there. Thought the ball to her backhand had actually looked a hair long. She played it. Like the play site score has dropped for the moment. I'm sure they'll get that back on. It is 1-all here. Love 15 for Kajuru. Make it 15-all on the missed return. But you see those scores, they'll rotate through periodically. Every 5 minutes, we'll run through and give an update of some of the matches being played at both sites. Didn't quite hear that call there. A let, maybe? As I mentioned, we'll have a match of the day every day from both sites. Another miss from Bowers. We'll see if maybe she's got a little bit of nerves early. Kajuru going frequently to that Bowers forehand, but the Bowers forehand looked very solid there. Not a lot of clearance over the net, but some good pace. Haven't had a chance myself to see Bowers before, so get a little familiar with her game here. Good forehand down the line there from Kajuru. Kajuru comes in here as the 5 seed. So even against a much heralded freshman for Texas, she's going to be the prohibitive favorite. Now we're going to get a deciding point. First one of the match for those maybe new to college tennis, if you are, especially if you're Ashton Bowers fans, having not seen her play in college matches before. We do not play deuce. It's a deciding point here. Receiver chooses a side. Bowers elects to take it on the ad side. Oh, and she nets the return on a second serve. She wants that one back, but it's a hold for Kajuru. Change ends still on serve, 2-1 here. That was a golden opportunity. Very early. Could possibly be just a little bit of nerve still, you never know. We mentioned the newcomers on this team. You take a look at these newcomer rankings from the ITA, and you see Texas in spots 1, 3, 7, and 9. 4 of the top 10 newcomers, all with the Texas Longhorns. Ashton Bowers here playing in the main draw along with a teammate that was not on that list in Andrea Herrera, who also made it into the main draw. So good run for the youngsters on the Longhorn team. Bowers here to serve at 1-2. Back points there. Kajuru just missing long. You see Jaime coming over, having a word there. Just a quick little encouragement. Jaime, the associate head coach for the Cowgirls, under head coach and director of tennis at Oklahoma State, Chris Young, who did a wonderful job last year putting on the NCAA tournament in Stillwater, the last one for now at least, to have both team and the individuals right afterwards. Good wide serve there. Good placement from Bowers. Mentioned those NCAAs in Stillwater. We had the pleasure of being on site and calling the matches there. Just a class tournament put on by all of the Oklahoma State personnel. Coach Young, his staff, his PR people, Ryan Cameron, who was so good to us. That's a wonderful forehand there from Kajuru. Wide. Now an early test of the nerves here for the freshman. As we see deciding points in back-to-back games. This one on Bauer's serve. See what she can come up with here. What a hold for Bowers. Any questions of nerves or tightness there quickly eliminated as she went from sideline to sideline going for shots. She did not play it safe, and she hit them all. Good sign for her, and 4 holds to start the match here. Kajuru will serve it 2-all. Will do the best I can to monitor the chats as well. Comments, feedback, etc. all appreciated from everybody. If anything just hasn't quite been there yet for Bowers, it's that service return. Missing a lot of returns. Going to be tough to make headway into the Kajuru service game without getting those down. Oh, great backhand there from Kajuru. Short cross-court angle. Nothing Bowers could do about that. 40 love. Other than the game that went to deuce, it's been some pretty routine service games for Kajuru. As I say that, she sails a forehand long. This one not over yet at 40-15. But with the 40 love start, she won her first game at love as well. Oh, what a forehand. shoulder high. Bowers did not let that ball drop. She's definitely going after the ball she feels she's got an opportunity to. Like the aggressive play. That ball long, and I was definitely premature on the routine service games as Kajuru from 40 loved to deuce now, so it'll be a deciding point. See if Bowers elects to take this. It does look she's again going to go to the ad side. And that ball long from Kajuru, and Bowers earns the first break of the match. It'll be a 3-2 break lead now for Ashton Bowers. Talk a little more about her. Mentioned she had originally committed to Auburn before decommitting from the Bloomington, Illinois area. Moved down to Georgia for her high school tennis. Her brother Tyler, interestingly enough, on the Illinois team. So those Illinois roots still there for him. He'll be in his third year at Illinois this year. Redshirted one, so a redshirt sophomore for Ashton's brother Tyler at Illinois this year. Obviously redshirted his freshman year, so last year his first action. Got to see a little bit of Big Ten action, 3 or 4 singles matches, I believe. Little sister Ashton now making her debut on the college tennis scene. We'll look ahead at the draw here. Talk about what might be coming after this point. It's a good play from Kajuru, moving Bowers there. Got her pinned into that forehand corner. Sent one ball down the backhand line, making her run. Opened it up for the easy winner. Another great ball from Kajuru, and she puts Bowers in a hole, looking to break right back. Love 30 now for Bowers. With Kajuru being the 5 seed, the winner of this match will obviously get an unseeded player that match. Annabelle Shue and Gabby Paskauskas. Shue from Virginia, Paskauskas from North Carolina State. Those two winners will meet. Ball called wide and confirmed immediately by the chair. No questions from Kajuru. And again, even for the losers, a reminder, the consolation finalists here in the main draw qualify for NCAA individuals, so definite reason for even the losers of the first round matches here to keep fighting. It's a good serve to get her back to 30 all as Kajuru just sort of sailed it. Ah, it's a great forehand. That forehand's really working well for Bowers. I'm not really sure of the tactics here on Kajuru's side. I definitely think the Bowers is going for more forehand winners than she is off the backhand side. I probably wouldn't feed it as heavily as she is. Miss there, and that love 30 start for Bowers. Quickly dispatched as she grabs 4 straight points to hold for 4-2. Talk about those consolation finalists getting into individuals. The hope, certainly my hope, is that keeps people playing. We tend to, in the past, get a fair number of withdrawals in the consolation. Now that it has a lot of meaning to it, hopefully we'll see everybody, unless it's injury related, hopefully that's the only reason for a withdrawal. We see everybody play that out and play it like it matters. Oh, and a double fault from Kajuru here now for love 30. And all of a sudden the freshman's got her on her back heel now. Certainly don't want to go down a double break here in the first set. Unforced error right from the middle of the court on the backhand, and Kajuru now love 40. It's going to be 4 break points for a 5-2 double break lead for Bowers here. That ball wide and confirmed by the chair, and it is a 5-2 double break lead for Ashton Bowers. See what Coach Jaime has here to say to 5 seed Obi Kajuru. Can't say too terribly much, as this is rather peculiar with a little pavilion in between the courts the women are sitting in to theoretically get some shade, but I don't see any shade on either one of them at this point. But they're literally 2 chairs from each other, and I don't think either coach would be able to say much to their girl without the other player hearing it based on where they're sitting. Usually you see benches 10 feet or so to the side, each side of the net, keeping some distance between the players. And not the case here, so now maybe a little more tactical talk from Coach Jaime, where Bowers can't hear. And whoever's with Ashton, not even there. I think it's Coach Justin Butch who was with her before. See him standing up there on the top of the stairs. He's probably going back and forth as Texas has got two women playing right now. He may be doing double duty. Not sure if Coach Jaffe's there. Oh, maybe that's why she's hitting her forehand. Beautiful backhand into the corner from Bowers, and everything's clicking for her right now. 5-2, 15 love, serving for this first set is Ashton Bowers. Oh, what looked like a decent forehand from Kajuru into the corner. Bowers just rips cross court for a passing winner. 30 love now, 2 points from the set for Bowers. Looked like that ball was just deep. For 40 love indeed. It was, and it's going to be 4 set points now for Ashton Bowers. Kajuru looks down as if she probably should have called that ball out, or thinks, questioning whether it was in or out. But she played it, so it was good. And Ashton Bowers, a commanding first set. There you see Coach Butch, 6-2 for the freshman. A great start for her, I'm sure. Much welcomed after that long 3-setter that culminated with 2 tie breaks in the second and third for her yesterday. No restroom breaks here. You see nice long talk for Kajuru from Jaime. Ashton Bowers giving her some space. Already back out on court, waiting to return. Good ball there from Kajuru, she needs to get off to a good start here. She did the first set, held at love the opening game. As they ran through the first 4 games with all holds before Bowers broke in the 5th and then didn't lose another since. See if Kajuru can get off to a similar start. 30 love here. Sorry, I can't do anything about that play site graphic. Hopefully that goes away. Overhead right back into the body of Bowers, and it's 40 love. Nice touch there from Bowers. Little drop shot. Good change of pace. Kajuru had been getting into a rhythm. She changes it up. .40 love quickly. 40-30 now. Bowers did this on the 4-2 game where Kajuru was up 40 love and then broke her. Just deep. So it is a hold to start the second for Obi Kajuru. See Jaime there, animated about what he wants her to do. Host of matches. It's like 14 of them underway here in Cary. Keep track of some scores. On the bottom ticker there, you see some of the men's scores there. Seeded Mary Stoyana. Quick 6-1 first set over Sydney Ratliff. Shot by Bowers there. Looked like she had all the open court on the backhand line. She went back, I would say, behind, but not even really that far behind. Just caught Kajuru, obviously wrong-footed, as she was thinking the same. And that ball just deep. Great depth for the winner. Ball clips the tape and then goes long. Double fault. I believe that's the first of the match for Bowers. So still 30-15. Wow, what a rip of a backhand from Kajuru there. Get another look at that one. Right there. Wow. Wow, what a rip of a backhand. Great replay shot. What a backhand. That gets her to 30 all now. Oh, I thought that ball might have been deep. Bowers played it now from 30 love to 30-40. Couple break opportunities for Kajuru to get up early in the second. Oh. Little net play there. Still thought Kajuru had her chance to win that point. A great running forehand. Little top end side spin from Bowers forces the errant volley. From Kajuru, you see there at the bottom right, teammate. Herrera down 5-4 to Elena Yu. Yu, the Stanford transfer over to Duke this year. Now a deciding point, second serve here. And it's a hold for Bowers. I tell you what, she has not looked iffy in the least in any of the tight spots that you might be looking for from a freshman. That was probably the closest second serve. A little tight to the net, but still nothing I would call shaky. And she's hit some great ground strokes in those big break point moments. So it's 1-1 in the second now. Again, struggling a little bit with those service returns. Got to get those down, especially on easier second serves. there from Kajuru. We mentioned that Bauer's teammate Harea was out playing right now. Kajuru's teammate and doubles partner Naz Kamar also playing right now, but not faring so well for Kamar. Lily Jones, University of Michigan, a 6-1, 4-3 lead on Komar. So the Cowgirls both dropping their first sets. Both on serve in the second at the moment, though. See Bowers with a little frustration off that forehand. Great patience, easy put away. Didn't try to put too much on that ball. Even looked like she had kind of waited to force Kajuru to commit. She did to the backhand side. Nice gentle ball into the forehand corner. Still 40-30 here for Kajuru to try to hold for 2-1. Oh, and that ball, a long rally, and the ball just rolls over off the tape for Bowers. And that'll bring us to a deciding point here for Kajuru. So Bowers fights off a couple break points in her first service game. Kajuru now going to face one of her own here in the third game of the set. That ball misses from Kajuru, and it's a break for Ashton Bowers. She takes a 2-1 lead in the second. Check around. Bowers' teammate Harea got the break back from 4-5 against Elena Yu. They're now 5-all in the first. Komar held Kajuru's teammate. She's now 4-all in the second. Only completed match so far here this morning at Cary. Nicole Kieran from Texas A&M knocks off Valencia Xu 6-1, 6-love. In 53 minutes. So let's see now what Kajuru's got from down a set and a break. 10 player. Got to figure she's got something in her here. Definitely would like a little more of that. Top 10 player. Got to figure she's got something in her here. See that great return there. That ball's good. Not sure if Kajuru's just not moving well or not anticipating, but that ball was right down the middle of the court. And she didn't even come close to attempting to get there. Maybe caught off guard. That ball long, or long and wide. And again, solid. Solid as could be, second serve from Bowers. Doesn't look like there's any hesitation, and she's got a good second. Keep looking for those moments where nerves of the freshman could come in, but she's been rock solid up to this point. Ball from Kajuru was good, wasn't sure. Pick up short one from Bowers wide, so 30 all. First serve just deep. And there's a double fault on a big point. First one we've seen. And that was not, even though it missed long, it wasn't her solid second serve she's been hitting. You could tell either just got a little tight or poor toss, something along those lines, but it was a softer miss right off the racket. And there's a break for Kajuru, so she gets the break right back for 2 all. So the set and break lead quickly eliminated. See if maybe that can kickstart Kajuru here. If you're Bowers, you just keep telling yourself, do the same things you've been doing. Big forehand dictate play. Kajuru obviously needs to pick things up a little. Just too many things off for Kajuru early. Yes, she's on serve here, but the movement doesn't look great. Lots of unforced errors. Frankly, she's just letting Bowers dictate too much. Ball about to roll back on court. takes care of it. Ball sat up a little, looked like might have had a chance to sneak over for an incredible winner down the line. But Kajuru manages to keep that one for 15 all here. Just a terrible miss, and you see Kajuru, I don't know if she's fighting something here or if she's just off timing. Looks like she might be hobbling a little. I'm not sure, but that ball right down the middle of the court. Barely hit the bottom of the net. Inexplicable, really. Great point there from Bowers. Short, wide return. Good ball from Kajuru, and Bowers there. Winner down the open side of the court. There's a little aggression and a good ball from Kajuru, but frankly, the body language just doesn't look good. Don't know if there's anything wrong, but she's got to find a way to get herself into this match, both on the scoreboard and mentally. Oh, not sure I like that play from Bowers. Kajuru just looks down. She let a ball sit there right in the middle of the court. Didn't even have this energy or the desire to go get that first service ball that was in the middle of the service box out of the way. Bowers bailed her out with a drop shot that didn't make it over the net. But an unforced error from Kajuru, and it's a break back. That's 3 breaks in a row now in the second set here, as Ashton Bowers goes back up a set and a break. Check in on those scores for their teammates. Naz Kamar, Kajuru's teammate, now 5 all in the second, down a set. Carmen Araya headed to a tiebreak with Elena Yu. Hour and 10 minutes in on Yu and Haraya, and they're still in the first set. The only match in Carey still playing that first set that started at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern here. Another match, Sophia Johnson knocks off Julia Garcia Ruiz, 6-1, 6-1. 2 matches complete in Carey this morning. So Bowers now her second opportunity to serve from a set and a break up. See if she can consolidate this time. Great ball. One thing I like about her, as long as she's making it work, and she is so far, Bowers was not giving up court position at all. You see, even when she's in that, and she has to take the ball short off the rise, she's going to do that instead of backpedaling to get more in the sweet spot. That keeps the pressure on the opponent, and she is dominating the court position battle. Taking everything early. Any of the deep balls coming from Kajuru. Bowers takes early, and it is working most of the time. Oh, Bowers did everything right except for the swinging volley there. It's a good ball into the backhand corner. As Kajuru again is going to try to break back. She'll try to make it 4 breaks in a row. So it's 15-30 here for Bowers. No, not so quick, says Ashton Bowers. Takes that return and just puts a forehand down the line. Nothing Kajuru can do about it. $30-all. Bowers just not letting Kajuru dictate much at all. She's going to win or lose the point on her racket. That little forehand slice long from Bowers. You saw her early off the return. Again inside the baseline, taking it short and early. Good play. But then she missed that forehand slice, and now it's a couple break points for Kajuru to get it back on serve again. Oh, Kajuru all over that. Look at this return. On break point. Bounces up. Oh, Kajuru all over that. Tremendous return. Tremendous return from Kajuru there. So she gets the 4th break in a row here in the second set. After a couple holds to start, it's been 4 breaks for 3-all now. Big forehand short angle again. Maybe a couple of those, and maybe Kajuru can start to feel something here. Get herself back in this. I say back in this, it's 3-all in the second, but it just doesn't feel like mentally, momentum-wise, that she's there yet. Now maybe she's starting to move, getting some momentum on her side, see if she can keep pushing this forward. Another good point from Kajuru. So let's see how Bowers reacts here now. She's been the one dictating most of the play, but that's 3 winners in a row this game for Kajuru, which is exactly what she needs to do, is figure out a way to be able to dictate some of her own and not let it be coming off the back racket of Bowers. And there's another one. Not a winner, but a forced error. Good ball into the open court. And after 4 breaks of serve in a row, it's a hold for Obi Kajuru, and she'll take a 4-3 lead as we're on serve here in the second set. See even Jaime not making the trip over to her now after a good run like that. You just let the momentum carry her, see if she can come out and keep going. See if she can get her 3rd break in a row. Have a few quick words for her heading into this game. Finished off with a let's go. Couple more finishes just now. Julia Fligner, 6-4, 6-2 winner over Echeverlaga. Elza Tomas from Tennessee, 6-1, 6-2 over Petra Sedlakova, an all-SEC matchup. See the big yell from Bowers. She senses the moment here. She needs a hold. She needs to get back to dictating some. Don't let Kajuru start dictating these points if you're her. If you're Kajuru, it's just the opposite. Continue to find your way to be the aggressor in the point. Don't let Bowers keep herself inside the baseline, pushing you around. Lily Jones, 6'1", 7'5", knocks off Naz Komar of Oklahoma State. Feels like a big service game for Bowers here. Definitely going to be a momentum shift if Kajuru can get a break up here, and you can see it in her swing. She's going for it now. Kajuru takes a big cut at that return, and then a winner on the next ball. Now 15-30. Little tentative on that forehand from Bowers. And now Kajuru, 15-40, has got herself 3 break points and a chance to go up 5-3. Be the first time she had held a break advantage in the match if she can get it. Also the first time it looked like Bowers might have been just a slight bit tentative there as well. And that's a winner from Kajuru. It's a break and a 5-3 lead. She's now going to serve for this second set in a match that felt like it was all Ashton Bowers for a set and a half. And just like that, Kajuru manages to go up. Will serve for this second set. Oh, really poor volley there. Great ball from Bowers into the corner. Kajuru gave her an easy volley. Just poorly executed from the Bauer side, so Kajuru now 3 points from sending this one to a third. That ball hits the tape and doesn't go over, so 30 love. 2 points from the set for Kajuru here. She's now and another winner, firing on all cylinders now. Now you can see that extra hop in the step. 40 love. 4 set points, and she's clearly got herself back in this match. And that ball deep. It's a second set for Kajuru, so we're going to go 3. Out of nowhere, Obi Kajuru looked to be down and out. Set and a half into this match. She was down a break twice in this second set. 2-1 and 3-2. Manages to run off the last 4 games of the set for a 6-3 second. And we'll head to a third. We'll check in here on scores from around the grounds. at carry. You see, top right, court 9, Carmen Araya, Bauer's teammate, manages to get a tiebreak in that first set over Elena Yu. Sholikova Tangelig in a third. Celia Belmore, court 14. I think we saw her right out of the corner of the camera next door to the match we're watching. She's up a set. Shabbat Kimchi from Duke up a set. DJ Bennett up a set. Gomez Alonso from Arkansas, another all-SEC matchup there. Alonso and Catalia from Tennessee. And we'll take a quick peek in a few of the matches going on the men's side. In Tulsa, we'll have the men's match of the day later this afternoon. It's going to be Alexander Bernard and Dylan Dietrich. Marquee match there. You see Ozan Barish here, down a set and a break, and he gets the break back as we're watching. Back to our match. No big surprises for the top seeds. Komar was the 9 seed, so 9 seed going down on the women's side. Kajuru really going after that second with that forehand up shoulder high that she started to hit so well here in her run in the last half of that second set. Bowers looked like she was questioning that call, and then as it turns out, she was right. Kajuru was standing there to receive, but it was Bowers' points at 30-15. A good ball from Kajuru. That little short forehand slice that Bowers has had to employ a few times, not working out so well. Kajuru, a great short cross-court backhand. She took advantage of it there. So now 40-30. Still a couple game points for Bowers starting off this third set. There's a good point from Bowers for the hold. See Coach Butch come give her a high five. So we get a hold to start the third. We'll throw those scores back up there. Around the grounds here, as you see, it's a match point for Gomez Alonso with Catalia. Or maybe that was from the previous game because it's just 5-4 now. Oh, or Alia held. Indeed, she did. So now Gomez Alonso will serve for that match. And you see Bauer's teammate, Carmen Araya, now up a set and a break on Elena Yu. Much heralded junior and transfer from Stanford to Duke this year. Missed the first point of this game. My apologies, but that one went the way of Kajuru. So now 15-all here. After what we saw in the second set, I don't know that either lady would need to be too worried if they were to go down a break. So many breaks in that second set. That's a poor return from Bowers. A very soft serve from Kajuru, and Bowers' sails probably caught her off guard. Off pace first serve. .30-15 here for Kajuru. One sails long from Kajuru. She seems to like, or certainly has had more success with those balls going after them when they're between waist and chest high. That ball she had to dig out from down low and just didn't move her feet to get there. You could see her sort of reaching. Don't get your feet in the right spot. Doesn't set you up well. As a good forehand into the corner from Bowers to set up a couple break points here. So a couple chances to take an early break lead in this third for Bowers. Oh, and that ball hits the tape and goes over. Kajuru just waves the dismissive sorry, not sorry at it. Because it'll be a deciding point now. Bowers has been taking all these in the ad court. Looks like she's heading back there again. See if she goes after one or just gets the ball in play. Gotta think she'll go after the second serve. No, great hold from Kajuru. Bowers did not go after that second off the backhand side. A little more of a placement ball. It was a good return. But Kajuru got to her ball wide. Sent Bowers on the move. She missed her ball off the run. So a big hold for Kajuru. 1-all now in the third. Even though I feel like Kajuru's got that momentum back, she still kind of has that look of frustration on every miss, just sort of sinking her head. But there's definitely a little more pep in the step right now for her. Just a bit wide on that one for Bowers. That's a good backhand semi down the line there from Bowers. But you can see Kajuru now. She's going to take every opportunity she can off a second serve, maybe even some first if she gets that ball up near shoulder high off the forehand. She's going for every one of those balls. And since she's turned things around here, been making most of them. Oh, that's a great ball from Bowers. She's been sending that forehand cross court a lot. She goes down the line there. Kajuru can do nothing but watch that. So now 40 love here. See if she can get one of her first routine holds in a while. She does. A miss off the return from Kajuru gives Bowers. Her first routine hold in quite some time. Three holds now to start the third. See who blinks first. But we saw once they started in the second, it was a run. A streak of breaks, 4 in a row. Bennett did finish off her match 6-2, 6-4 over Kylie Bilchev. The match next door to us here, you can see now. One of the coaches on court, that was Celia Bell Moore. She as well won her match 6-4, 6-2. Mishit from Kajuru to start this fourth game in the third. Love 15. Another forehand miss. Little bit of an opening here. Let's see if Bowers can step through it. Love 30. Still very early in the third. But a big moment nevertheless. Oh no, a bad miss from Kajuru, and that's going to bring up Love 40. And 4 break chances for Ashton Bowers here. First one fought off. Bowers has hit a few good running forehands, but for the most part, when Kajuru's been able to get her on the move running into that forehand corner, it's worked out well. Still 3 break points for Bowers here. Serve called wide, confirmed by the chair. That was wide. It's a double fault. They're going to ask the chair, but you could see that straight from our camera angle right down the line. That ball was certainly wide. And it's a break for Ashton Bowers. So she gets the first break of the third. 3-1. And will attempt to do something she couldn't do in the second set, and that is consolidate that break. She took break leads twice in the second. 2-1 and 3-2 was immediately broken back both times. So her first chance here in the third. Good body serve there. Kajuru just didn't get out of the way. Again, body language on the far side not looking good there. Bowers much more positive. And there's an ace for 30 love. Reminder, as this match concludes, we'll go off stream. We'll come back, assuming this match doesn't run till 1 p.m. Eastern. At 1 p.m. Eastern, we'll have the men's match from Tulsa. Assuming that's on time, but that'll be Dylan Dietrich, Alexander Bernard. Dietrich from UVA, sophomore, much heralded freshman last year. Oh, Kajuru just tees off on that second serve. Bowers has got to find a way to either get the first in or keep that second serve away from that shoulder-high forehand of Kajuru, because she is just pummeling those balls. The second serve early was not quite that soft for Bowers, so don't know if that's fatigue, nerves, whatever, but she's got to get a little more on it. Oh, and another ball on the tape and over for Kajuru. Very inopportune moment for Bowers for that at 30-15, trying to consolidate. Now 30 all. That's a good point. Good comeback from Bowers there. .30 and a couple game points to try. To consolidate that break in the third. Ball deep from Bowers, and you see on that second serve, she still gave her a decent look at that forehand. Kajuru did a great job of keeping Bowers on her back foot there. She did take one of those balls early like she has been. But Kajuru kept firing. It'll be a deciding point here. And it's a break back for Obi Kajuru, and you see a little slap of the ball, the first sort of frustrated look I've seen from Ashton Bowers. I think she felt, even that point, she had some chances. She took one of the balls early and kept her court positioning and immediately retreated back behind the baseline. Maybe in her own head questioning that a little bit. But we're back on serve at 2-3 now for Kajuru. Let's take a look around the grounds. Match is still going. 2 points from a split for Elizabeth Coleman against Mia Kupris. Tanguilig now down a break in the third. Carmen Araya still up a set in a break. Bowers' young teammate. Shavit Kimchi on the verge of dropping the second and splitting there. And Alonso's in a tie break after winning the first set against Catalia. In that all-SEC matchup. Back to the match here. Kajuru now 2-3 on serve. Thought for a moment Bowers was going to go with a drop shot. She had Kajuru deep in that forehand corner in a wide open court. But I think after one of those mistimed drop shots, she might be a little gun shy on those now. And that That looked just a little lazy. Let up just a hair. And then sailed that forehand long. So 30 love. For Kajuru after the break, trying to put this one back level. Good wide serve. Love. Handful of game points here to level this one at 3-all in the third. She does just that. Great point from Kajuru. Gets the break and then holds it love. And we are 3-all in the third now. Hopefully they'll catch the scoreboard up here. Reverted back for some reason, but again, 3-all in the third. Ashton Bowers to serve. Questionable play from Kajuru running forward there. But an easy overhead. Unfazed by the movement of Kajuru was Bowers. Looks like she's looking for a ball here. Must have sent that one over the fence. Chair is going to get down and look for a spare. Someone sent the ball back in, but the chair wants to look. Gives Bowers a couple balls. Oh, and it was a drop shot. Not sure that was the best timing. She didn't really have Kajuru that deep behind the baseline. She went for the drop shot. Kajuru covered easily. Returning it for a winner for 15-all, and it looks like our scoring is frozen on us. Oh, that ball looked like it might have been a hair wide, but not called so by Kajuru. It was slicing, so maybe came in and caught the line. Framed badly by Kajuru. She may have been paying more attention to wanting to call that out than actually hitting the return. That ball deep. 40-15 now. Again, the scores are frozen. And that ball wide, so it's a hold for Bowers. Will stay on serve 4-3. See what we can do about those scores for you if they don't come back. Get them updated. There. Well, you got the play site score back, but the score is still wrong. Got the game scores updated now. So that's correct, but the in-game scoring is still trailing. So Kajuru to serve here, 3-4. Couldn't tell how close that ball on the far baseline was. Kajuru may have been wondering about that. Bowers back firing again. That's a good ball there. Nice, easy forehand down the line from Kajuru to make it 15-all. That ball deep, confirmed by the chair. 15-30. Again, we've got the game scores right, but the in-game scoring not working. So it's 15-30 now, Kajuru. That ball wide, and it's 15-40, and now 3 break chances for Bowers. at 3-4 in the third here. Oh, and it's pulled wide. And it's a break for Bowers. Coach Butch seems to have the most pep in his step at this point. So 5-3. Ashton Bowers now serving for the match. Over the 5 seed, Obi Kajuru. This would be the biggest upset so far on the women's side. Bowers coming through qualifying. On the verge of knocking out the 5 seed. That was maybe a little bit of nerves now. That was a rough first serve. See if she can compose herself here. Stay away from that shoulder high forehand of Kajuru's.
Let's go.
Is that as good a serve? Still a little off on the pace, but she put it close to the tee to make Kajuru run around it to hit that shoulder high forehand that she did. She went after it. Just missed after all the movement. Bowers has got to get these first serves in here. Especially if she wants to hit the backhand wing. Kajuru definitely going to run around the forehand if she can here. It was an excellent second serve. Forced Kajuru to play the backhand return, but a errant forehand to follow it. Makes it 15-all. Wow. Oh. A premature celebration from Bowers as Kajuru calls that ball wide. And after the celebration, you see her drop her head. She may have known it was a hair wide, trying to coax her way into that point, but doesn't go her way. So now 15-30. And another miss. A little tentative. Looked like she wasn't sure what she wanted to do there. She got stuck in no man's land. Stayed at the service line. Got the swinging volley back. But just didn't look super comfortable. And sailed that swinging volley long. So now it's 15-40. And 3 break points for Kajuru to get this one back on serve. That she does. It's a break for Kajuru. And we're back on serve. 4-5 in the third with Kajuru to serve. A very shaky game there from Bowers. See if she can turn that one around and come out with a better return game. take a look again at some of the scores around the grounds. Carmen Araya, a game away from what I would consider to be an upset over Elena Yu. Kim Chi from Duke now in a third. Gigi Grant getting underway for Georgia. Gomez Alonso lost that second set tie break, so they are now in a third. Sherbanina and Glausman just starting. Elizabeth Coleman from Duke. Mia Cooper's from Texas A&M. They are now in a third. And then Hans Blokina and Paskauskas and Shu just getting underway. So Kajuru now attempting to level this one at 5-all in the third. Feel like it's a little momentum swing. She gets the break, and now quick 40 love. Doesn't take much this late in the match to get that momentum on your side. Good forehand from Bowers, not giving up just yet. She's broken her from 40 love before, so she knows she can do it. Oh, it's a hold for Kajuru. So it's 5-all now in the third. So let's see now. Freshman Bowers responds from having served for the match at 5-3 to being 5-all. We'll see if Kajuru keeps going after those shoulder-high forehand returns. She is going after it. It's the right play, but on the move, she doesn't seem to be as successful. If she gets them right where she's at, they're deadly. That little bit of move to run around it a slight bit, then just slightly off on the timing. And again, a missed drop shot. A lot of missed drop shots for Bowers here, so that makes it 15 all. See Gavin Young and Peter Mock in Tulsa. Third set on serve. Gavin Young, the 7 seed on the men's draw. Ozan Barish down 4-1 in the third. The top seed on the men's side in danger. Double break it is, too. Ball deep from Kajuru. You see her going, I don't, what? Stop hitting the ball long. Jaime just telling her to calm down a little there. Relax. 30-15 now for Bowers. Pace handled well by Kajuru for 30 all. It's been the difference, I think, when Bowers hits that pace and it's at Kajuru, she likes it. It's the pace to the open court that causes problems for her. Oh, and a miss ball off the return for Bowers, and now she's going to face a couple break points. So Kajuru coming from 3-5 down in the third. Now looking for the break and a chance to serve for the match. And there's that ball from Bowers. It's that pace that's not at her. Made Kajuru move to the ball off that pace, and it's tough to handle. And a huge deciding point here. Kajuru gonna take it on the deuce side, see if she can force a forehand return out of her. Bowers was going big T. Now it's a second serve. Kajuru undoubtedly going to jump on it. See her creeping in already. And just wide. What a point and a hold for Ashton Bowers. So 6-5. Bowers fighting off 2 break points there. A little bit of a psych on the return from Kajuru. She'd gone after every second serve forehand return. And that one she just sort of played high topspin deep. She didn't really go after the smash or go after the ball too heavy. Started the rally. When she swung Bowers out wide, it looked like she might have had the advantage in the point. She went for that backhand on the cross court, and it was just wide. So Bowers holds for 6-5. So Kajuru will serve 5-6 here. Unforced backhand into the net from Bowers for 15-love. You can see the frustration from Bowers. Another missed ground stroke. 30-love for Kajuru. No. Lazy mentally, I think, frankly, there. Ball caught the tape and went over. She was giving up before it caught the tape, then easily got to it. But instead of putting the ball back, just sort of went for a lazy slice drop. Not the best of plays, and now it's 40-love. 4 chances to send us to a deciding tiebreak. Well played there from Bowers, so 40-15. She broke her in the first set from 40-love. See if she can win a couple points and put some pressure on her. Otherwise, we'll be headed to a tiebreak. One more. Missed forehand from Kajuru, and now it's 40-30, and maybe she can start to feel it. She certainly doesn't want to lose this point, as that would force a deciding point, match point. And maybe a little bit of wonder is Bowers has started to miss a few, so does she need to continue to dictate, or can she rally and let Bowers miss? Too good there. Bowers actually did herself in wide in that forehand corner. She hit a ball with a lot of pace that gave Kajuru, right at Kajuru, and just gave her the easy option of just putting the ball back in the open court. No way for Bowers to get to it. Bowers needed to take some pace off of that one to get back to the center of the court. And it'll be a breaker for the match here. 6-all on the third. ball forehand in the tape, and I'll bet Bowers was thankful. Even that forehand swinging volley, she had missed one of those earlier to get broke in a game that she got broken in. And I don't think she wanted to see that ball over to have to hit that volley. Missed return makes it 1-all. I think when they go back and watch the tape of this, of the many things each of the women will take out of it, making returns will be high on the list for Bowers. Not sure what that was. I think it was intended to be a drop shot. I hate to even call it a drop shot. It was more of a ball to just induce Kajuru to come to the net. Very questionable play from Bowers there. So all hold so far, 1-2 for Bowers. Pulled wide. So the first mini break, 3-1 lead for Kajuru. I think for a split second there was some indecision on whether to go down the line or take the very open inside out forehand to the opposite corner. She elects to go down the line, less margin for error, and just misses. Misses again, so it's a double mini break lead for Kajuru as she'll serve now at 4-1. Might be the first moment in the match where things seem to be just slipping away from Bowers, who's sort of been in the lead. And there's a little aggression from Bowers. Gets one of those mini breaks back. I was saying Bowers has sort of been in the lead the whole way, other than the moment that Kajuru took the second set to level things. Bowers was up a break twice in the second. She was up a break early in the third, served for the match at 5-3. She's kind of been in the lead all of the way. So 4-1 double mini break lead for Kajuru. Feels like the first time a good positive advantage for her in the match. But one mini break back, it's 4-2. Kajuru still with one serve coming. Oh, what a backhand down the line. See this one coming. Oh, what a backhand down the line. Serve there. So both mini breaks back. Bowers cheating to the forehand corner. Did Kajuru. So right as soon as we get both mini breaks back, it's another. So that's 5. 5 mini breaks in a row. 2 to Kajuru, 2 to Bowers, 1 more to Kajuru. So 3-5 here for Bowers. Must point for her, it feels, to avoid giving Kajuru a couple match points on her own serve. And she does get that must point. So it's still a mini break lead for Kajuru, but now 5-4. And Ozan Barish is knocked out by Theo Dean in Tulsa. The top seed gone. Oh, and a double fault for Kajuru. So 5-all back on serve. And a big one here because it's going to be a match point for whoever gets this. Unforced error from Bowers there. Forehand into the net. Every other point from here out is going to be a match point, but it's 5-6 on serve. Match point for Obi Kajuru of Oklahoma State. Serve evidently out. Gonna give Bowers a minute to think about it. Second serve coming. Kajuru's got to go after this one. And that ball's deep, and O.B. Kajuru, 7-6 in the third, survives against Ashton Bowers. A great match for the freshman, but the veteran Kajuru takes this one. 2-6, 6-3, 7-6. Survive and advance, and that's what she does. And you can see Amy. Why'd you have to make it so hard? But we will be back, boy, only about 23 minutes from now. But we'll come back for the men's match of the day if they're on schedule. We shall see, but that's a 1 p.m. match between Alexander Bernard and Dylan Dietrich. We'll keep you posted. Until then, it's Chris Halioris, the 2024 ITA All-American Championships. We'll see you soon.
please. At Dunlop, we've been making tennis balls for over 100 years. Balls played at more tournaments globally than any other brand. Officially endorsed by the ATP Tour. Performance runs through our DNA. Dunlop, the #1 ball on tour.
I've always loved the game of tennis.
Everyone's a big family here.
It's about camaraderie because it's family.
I consider my tennis family part of my overall family.
That's what I like about it more. It's a friendship.
I've always loved the game of tennis.
Everyone's a big family here.
It's about camaraderie because it's family.
I consider my tennis family part of my overall family.
That's what I like about it more. So friendships you develop.
I look so forward to coming to these events and seeing my friends that I've made through the years.
If you love the game, give back to the game.
You become the calm in the storm.
You can decide how much you want to work and how much you don't want to work.
You never stop learning.
Every time I work an event, I always learn something.
It takes time, it takes experience.
Find your niche.
We need you, and I think you will find it very rewarding.
Get out there, start trying to do it, and see if you like it.
New balls, please. At Dunlop, we've been making tennis balls for over 100 years. Balls played at more tournaments globally than any other brand. Officially endorsed by the ATP Tour. Performance runs through our DNA. Dunlop, the #1 ball on tour.
I've always loved the game of tennis.
Everyone's a big family here.
It's about camaraderie because it's family.
I consider my tennis family part of my overall family.
That's what I like about it more. So friendships you develop.
I look so forward to coming to these events and seeing my friends that